Hi guys, we're at the famous Studio B buffet at the gorgeous M Resort. Now, we're lucky here in terms of video making because this is the week where they were expecting thousands of people for the Consumer Electronics convention rather. And but so many flights were grounded because of the severe weather. So it's kind of like ghost town Vegas at the moment. But I'm sure that as the weather eases, people will come flocking very quickly. There have already been some flights coming, but nonetheless, it's still a little quiet. And this time is actually in between lunch and dinner. So I will tell you if there have been some dish changes, just minor. And of course it's a lot quieter than when we came here, which was full lunch. And then in an hour or so it'll be a bit busier because we're entering dinner time. Though it is middle of the week and this is just after the festivities and when the flights are grounded. So I don't expect a huge amount of difference, because usually this buffet, Studio B, does have some lineups, especially if you come over the weekend or on special events. It's a very, very affordable buffet, very affordable. Check the prices on top-buffet.com if you want. But just to give you an idea, it's around $15 for lunch and just a few dollars more for dinner, plus taxes of course, but that's everywhere. And you get so many choices, it's amazing. I am so full and I've only sampled rather, 1/10 of what they have. Now if you're lucky enough, you're gonna get a booth, and I'll show you on one that is clean. It's very nice. You get to see some of the outside. It's one of the things I like about this buffet. It's not down in the dungeons. And of course, the area over there, it's for private bookings of private events and so forth. But you still get to see the view, and the booth itself is very comfortable, and it's modern. It's kind of granite style, and there are so many. If you see around, there you go. Otherwise, of course, you've got this dining area here and the dining area on the other side, and that's it. But it is rather large. It's deceptively large. And by that I mean it's larger than one thinks. Let's start from this section. Studio B is a great buffet because it's affordable and it gives you so many dishes. And many of those dishes are actually very well cooked, executed, prepared with good ingredients, which is a rarity these days, because in 2014, I have to admit, some of the so-called average resort buffets in Vegas were actually pretty bad, and some of the good buffets in Vegas have become average. And if you check our top 10 best buffets in Vegas, best 10 buffets in Vegas. Never do a review when you're full, and yes, I have to do it. Then you can get an idea of we keep it really updated, so you can get a quick idea of what's good and what's not so good anymore. The pizza section was actually good. The base was well cooked. Of course, many good buffets have got this wood-fired oven, and it's really good. But they actually are using, it depends what kind of base you use. And what distinguishes a good buffet from not so good buffet with regards to, for example, pizza, is the base you use, the actual ingredient, and how it's actually created and prepared. So that's really it. And of course the toppings. But I was actually surprised. The base was good, and the toppings were average, but it was pleasant to eat. So you won't be disappointed. It's not the best. I think the best so far is the one at Bellagio. Now, this is the Italian style section. Now, very interesting dishes. You've got an eggplant-based dish, which was delicious. The mushroom ravioli were absolutely divine. Real mushroom taste and good quality mushrooms. And the pasta of the ravioli was thin. It was not cheap. It really was close to the Italian style ravioli that you can add there. So that's amazing because it's so rare. Usually I'm disappointed at the pasta sections of Vegas buffet. Caesar salad was good, good dressing, good quality salad, lettuce. Some more cold items with the cold shrimps in the middle. And what I like about it is that there are a lot of the names of the dishes are totally updated. The signs are updated. They're constantly changing. As they change the dish, they change the sign, and you can they write it on top here. Very well done. For example, I don't know if you remember from our channel, when we went to Rio, it was awful. The signs were not changed for a long time, and here they change it all the time. As soon as the dish changes. That's a plus, because although you can guess what you eat, it's always nice to know for sure. Shrimp, lots of shrimp and shellfish dishes, mussels of course, and that's the shepherd's pie over there, quite authentic. Pork ossobuco, roasted chicken, deep fried green beans, that's a novelty. The macaroni and cheese was very good. I mean, it's a little different from the bigger pieces of pasta, but very good sauce. Stuffing, sole type fish, barbecue pork ribs. And here you've got, the slightly less healthy section. Fried pollock was delicious. It was a thin layer of batter and really good quality fish, well cooked. And homemade fries were good. Of course not healthy, but good. Sweet potato tots. Of course the rotisserie, well cooked. Some more. This is stuffed pork. Lots of sauces. Beef prime rib. And a nice looking sweet potato puree. Fried chicken, beef stew. Garlic breadsticks, ginger carrots. And the mashed potatoes look a little bit oily, so I wouldn't really want to try them myself, but that doesn't mean that they're not tasty. They're just a little bit less healthy. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is they taste good. I personally like them a little lighter, but they're fine, if you just go for taste. The ratatouille over there, squash caponata, it's practically a ratatouille style. The same, you've got aubergines and in the same type of tomato sauce style. Nice green beans over there, really nice, well cooked. Vegetable fajita, of course chicken fajita, so you got chicken and vegetable fajita, two different options. Refried black beans, but really authentic. I mean, they make them themselves, clearly, that's really a plus. A lot of things they make themselves here. Beef taquitos, some more cold offerings, and that includes seafood ceviche. Just seafood dish. Usually you find it in small little glasses, and here it's on a tray. But lots of options, as you can see. Really good quality fruit. I was impressed by the fruit. I went and had the fresh sliced pineapple, and it was absolutely good quality. First of all, you know what I think, when you go to some buffets and the fruit is not fresh sliced, no good, walk out. But this is fresh sliced and it's actually good quality fruit. stuffed pears, stuffed in blue cheese and nuts. And of course here you've got a really extensive Asian section, really extensive. And one of the highlights, you've got assorted sushi here, for example, spicy tuna, which is good. But really, for lunch it was a little dry. It was better for dinner, because I was here for lunch, and more or less they have the same dishes so far, more or less, but it was just a little drier for lunch. This one is delicious, it's a highlight. It's a sashimi salad, and absolutely delicious. So if you're not aware of what it is, it's salad with good condiments, and then you've got chopped fish, and it's the same type of fish that you use for sushi, kind of. You know, the fish that's on top. It's really delicious, and it's a healthy option. You've got protein and salad at the same time, and it's absolutely well prepared. Now let's go on to the less healthy style stuff. Blackened salmon and vegetable tempura and masago mussels. They have the same at Palms, which you know I like Palms buffet because it's super cheap and very good, although it's a small buffet, not like this one. These ones are a little bit more, you can taste the mussels more, which I think it's a plus. Some people prefer to taste the sauce. Fried clams. And here are some more of the comfort food section, but you've got lots of little things here that you can add to your dishes. Oxtail soup. Lots of meat. There's plenty of meat at this buffet, but luckily there is also a lot of fish and a lot of vegetable choices, well-cooked vegetable choices, so you don't have to pile up the meat all the time, you know, to feel that you're actually getting your money's worth. But it's all so well-cooked, you know. I mean, I wouldn't say it's better than bacchanal, for example, but some of the dishes are really, really well-cooked. Others are just well-cooked. But I mean, the price is a totally different world. Bacchanal looks a little bit more grand, of course. It's also on the strip, so with that price, I have to justify the price. Here it's more simpler looking, but you have a lot of dishes. Now, Penang sauce and Penang chicken. This is amazing, guys, if you know your Thai food. The good thing is that they offer Penang sauce over there if you don't want to stuff yourself with chicken. And then you add your own toppings. I go and get my own stuff, and then I have my own Penang dish. Delicious, authentic. It's a little bit nutty, but it's delicious. Really the best Penang sauce I've had, definitely in Vegas, by far. Well, they don't have Penang at Palms, which is the only other place where actually they make good Thai dishes. But this was really, really excellent. And so was the basmati rice and the shrimp pad thai. Now, this is a dinner choice. For lunch, they have vegetable pad thai, but basically you still have a pad thai. Now, the shrimp pad thai is really better than for lunch because it's really saucy. It's a good pad thai. To me, in my opinion, the Penang is even better, but you know, it's also a personal choice. Fried tilapia with ginger sauce and good vegetable rolls. For lunch they had vegetable rolls, and this is vegetable egg roll. But still, they were good. Everything that you see here is well cooked and tasted good. What I particularly liked in this section here, the Chinese section, were the Singapore noodles. Singapore noodles were very authentic, very spicy, really great. I had 3 servings, and of course now I'm full. Just to give you an idea of the section that we just looked at, this is all the Asian section over here. Pretty large, extensive. Asian cucumber salad. I'd like to show you the titles, but you can't see them very well because of the way they're written on the glass. But you can see them very well face to face. It just doesn't render very well on camera. I'm really impressed by the M. They did not let me down. I kept on saying, you know, if you drive a car, if you have a car, come to the M buffet if you're into buffets. Of course, it's not on the strip, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful resort, and it's well worth coming if you drive, you have a car. Otherwise, they have a shuttle from the forum. Yes, I believe it's from the forum shops. Double check top-buffet.com because I put the updates there. I'll always make sure that what I write is correct. I phone them up if necessary. But they do have a shuttle to the Strip. It's not as frequent as the one at Gold Coast, for example, from Gold Coast, but it's also a lot further. You know, it took us about 20 minutes from Center North Strip, and we were driving. But you can take a lot less time. I mean, we took our time, stopped a couple of places, but you can drive fast. You can drive by the highway. It's not too bad at all. It's basically at the end of Vegas on the south end, but it's well worth coming. Well worth coming if you drive. If you are into buffets. If you don't care about buffets, then you might as well stay where you are. But this is way above average, much better. It's one of the best buffets in Vegas. It's lots and lots of variety. Miso soup and egg drop soup. See if I can show you. It's very, very well done. And here, beef barley, chicken noodle, Manhattan clam chowder. I'll show you. It's really delicious. I thought it was a little salty, actually, the Manhattan. Now that I'm thinking, very good, very popular. I liked it. Nicely presented bread, Bellagio style. You know, this is Bellagio style presented bread, and it's a fraction of the price. Bellagio is actually quite cheap too these days, believe it or not, compared to some others. But what can I say? I love this buffet. I love it. I mean, I love the price. This is what Vegas used to be like before. Before buffets became, you know, you have to pay $50 to go into a buffet, which is crazy. But as long as people are prepared to do it, then these are the prices. This one, on the other hand, because it's off Strip, had to keep the prices down, or chose to keep the prices down to attract people. And also you have a really good, solid fan base of locals that come here when they want to eat well, and a lot of dishes. But as I say, it's very quiet right now because of the reasons I explained. So thankfully it's good because I can actually show you more of this beautiful, beautiful buffet. It's modern. The music, it's not too loud at all. That's the casino over there. It's wonderful. Now the dessert section is good. See if I can show you close up. The bread pudding was good. I like these crepe, ready-made little bits of crepes, slices of crepes. Of course, you got more on top. You have a good enough selection of desserts, I think, and the selection is good enough in my opinion. It's not as extensive as at Rio, for example, but you know, I actually like quality, not just quantity. These are really nice cannoli and bombolini. I mean, you know, it's an Italian style and not as good as the in Italy, sorry to say, but they really try hard. Peanut butter tart. They're not, you know, like the ones that when you taste them, you know that they just bought them at a cheap store. These ones are homemade. These are very, very good. When it's really busy, they have many more of these options. They make them right here and they put them in lots of different choices, but only on busy days. When on busy days, this section here, there's a lineup just for the dessert section. So in a way, it's been better for us to show you the buffet as it is when it's quiet, because it's hard to struggle. So I think we timed it well, and unfortunately for some people, for many people, the flights were grounded. This is a great gelato section. It's one of my favorites. Gelato, real gelato, Italian style. I just tried it. Delicious. It was truly like eating it in Italy. And I know you're gonna say, oh, you're boring me with this. But hey, gelato was created in Italy. And it's delicious. The gelato here and the sorbet, also I had lemon sorbet too, beats every other gelato on the Strip. Mark my word, I defy you to say it otherwise. But you have to come here. As I say, is it worth coming down here? If you have a car, absolutely. If you are into buffets, if you don't have a car and you have limited time, then I understand. You gotta get a shuttle. Taxi is too expensive to come down here. But we do explain how to get here on top-buffet.com. One other thing is that there's a made-to-order, well, what am I saying? A cappuccino maker. You come here and you ask for cappuccino, espresso, or mocha, or whatever it is of the coffee specialty that you may desire, and it's here and it's included. It's included, guys. It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. They're wonderful. I love it here. I just love it, guys. And it saddens me to think that many of you do not come here, cannot experience it because it's far away from the Strip. And I don't blame you. You know how many times we came here before we discovered this place? You know when we did? When we rented a car the first time. Then we did all the off-strip buffets, and I read about this one at the time, and I wanted to try it, and I never looked back. Never looked back. It's so nice and fancy too, in a way, in terms of the dining atmosphere. So, have I persuaded you to come here if you drive? You don't have to. You know, I'm not getting paid for this. I just think it's a shame to go to so many average buffets on the Strip and even off Strip, and then not to come here, and then you end up thinking that there are only 2 or 3 buffets worth going, but they're not. Some buffets, you just take advantage of the fact that they're on the Strip and they serve rubbish. Sorry to say, guys, rubbish. And I think we need to start a revolution. We want to eat better. And this is a good place as landmark, and also bearing in mind the price. Okay, guys, more details on prices and how to get here and other cheap but great buffets and all the others and the not so good buffets on top-buffet.com, where we also give you information on how to get free stuff in Vegas. See you there, guys. Bye-bye.